Hello, hello, friends, people, colleagues, beer collectors, beer drinkers. Welcome to the DC Infinite Hour. I am Ahsoka the Geek, and with me as always, we have Brad, the DC Universe Geek.
Hello.
The handsome Rob D Toys here as well. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Look at that pour. Let's see the pour, Brad.
I know. I got to show
Beautiful.
it. What's the cascade on it? It's not so great, but it's all right.
Hey, it's beautiful.
It's going to taste the same anyway.
I got a Topo Chico tonight, guys. I don't have any alcohol tonight again. I know. I might get. Maybe I'll go get something later. We'll see. Well, guys, we have a stacked show tonight. Well, not really. We have two topics, but we do have a special guest star. You might know him from YouTube. We have Josh from Before joining us on the stream. So, guys, obviously, we talk over each other quite a bit on a normal show. So please excuse us as we try to navigate a guest. We're going to let Rob take the lead on all the questions since he's usually the quietest. So,
Great.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. But we're going to have Josh on specifically to talk about the McFarlane DC Flash wave. Cheers. And perhaps the new Flash movie trailer. And we'll see how that goes. I think that should be a good amount of, talking time, just those topics. So without further ado, please, everyone, big round of applause for Josh from Before.
What's up, dudes?
Now, there he is.
Good to see you, gentlemen.
Josh, first question, the origin of your name, Josh from Before.
Okay, so my friends and I, we making short films for years and years, and jokingly had this idea of From Before. It sounds like an old horror movie. It sounds like From Hell, From Beyond, From Before. It's just, but it's kind of stupid. And then we just started using that, and we did some stuff, called ourselves From Before Films, and when I started this, I just carried that over.
So is it one channel or two? Because
it's just one channel.
Okay.
We put some short films out, like some shorts out on on YouTube, but it's not really the platform for that kind of stuff.
Okay, because I know that a lot of people, if they have like another channel, right? They'd be like, "This is my channel," and then they'll have like another one that is like. So it looked to me when I first saw you popping up on YouTube. How am I coming through? Is it okay?
Sounds great.
Right? Okay.
Fantastic.
So what I thought, okay, so Josh from Before is probably like another channel that you had. And then Josh from Before Figs was like a passion channel for action figures. That's the way that I interpreted it. I should have actually just looked. I never did.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not far off, because it was kind of like an offshoot of an existing brand. It wasn't really a brand, but the name was a holdover.
Yep. So then you just added like figs to the end of it.
Yeah,
and not the fruit.
Right. We just put that label From Before on everything. That little monster logo that already existed.
Yeah, I love that monster logo. It's sweet.
Yeah, your intro is short and sweet and catchy.
Yeah, well, I stole that. I just stole the song from Maximum Carnage.
Oh, is that where it's from?
That's where it is from, yeah.
And your thumbnails pop.
They do. Dude, your videos, man, they're just fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, guys.
Here's an ad. I'm sorry.
You have a way of nonchalantly. You and Ahsoka have the same quality of just like nonchalantly going through the review.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I don't think that it's like super formulaic. At least that's not what I see when I see your videos. Like you just kind of go with it.
Right.
And I really like that because I can't operate that way. So I envy people that can do that. That's why I give Ahsoka's videos such high praise. Oh. And I fully believe that, like, if Ahsoka, for example, had started this around the time of Shartimus and whatever, he probably would have climbed to the top. And the way that you do things too, you probably would have climbed pretty quickly because it's polished, but it's not like trying not to break a potato chip off in your butt crack kind of deal, right?
Right.
But dude, look at your lighting, Josh, in this video. It's fantastic, dude.
Yeah. Well, and that was a collab. That Dio, that's a collaboration with see, I've got a friend of mine who had a toy channel years before I did, and he's a big he started as a big Toy Story Pixar collector, and his channel is the Galactic Geek. So when it was pandemic time, and then the multiverse line started coming out, there weren't a ton of people talking about it, and I was like, oh, I could do this. I get it. So that was kind of the other part of that inspiration behind doing it.
Look at that, dude.
And I noticed, like, with your channel, like, you have like what is it, a cutting mat or a measuring mat?
Yeah, it's like the self-healing mat. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that in your videos and stuff. And so now, like, whenever I see that, I always think of you.
It's getting all dirty. I need a new one, but they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, they are.
So Josh, like, what is the origin of the action figure reviews? I think you mentioned that during the pandemic. Is that when you really started to like dive into this, or you've been? I don't say I've been watching you a lot lately, but like, how long have you been doing this for?
I mean, I've been collecting action figures my whole life, but never super focused. Like the last time I was really focused on a line was probably Power of the Force 2, back like basically middle school through high school. I was buying those. And then I just, I've dabbled in a little bit of everything, the imports and this and that, and I'm kind of picky about what I like. Yeah. And then so my buddies I've just mentioned, and they're toy guys too. They like action figures. I went over to my buddy's house one night, and he's like, "Hey, have you seen these McFarlane DC figures?" And I was like, "That's not a thing. DC figures, you're out of your mind." And I was wrong. And they rocked. And then I, started seeing some. The White Knight ones really blew my hair back. Just like the stuff like the shoulder shrugs and ball joint ankles and wrists, stuff that you really only see like in imports, but add a lot of like character to the poses, like naturalistic kind of flavor. And there weren't a lot of people talking about it. The ones that were like, you guys that are like diehard DC, loyalists. And I was like, well, I could, I could come in kind of as an outsider, and I'm never going to have like the collection or the lore, knowledge that you guys do, but I can come at it from a different angle.
Well, you can definitely have the collection if you want to go into severe debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And one thing that I love about you, Josh, is that like you're like giving the figures away for, instead of just hoarding it for yourself, like we do. So you're just like
plenty. I keep plenty, but I don't really. Batman is my jam. My DC knowledge drops off pretty significantly outside of Batman, so I just don't need the Titans. I don't need. Yeah. And now that McFarlane is sending. Now that I've joined your ranks of influencers.
And it's a dirty word. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
It's hard to be an influencer and honest. So I made a pact with myself, because I might come off as someone who like is always overly positive about McFarlane and stuff like that, but I'm also not as picky as some. So the way that I come at it is, I'm just as if something, whether I get sent stuff or not, if there's something I don't like about the figure, the way that I've always dealt with it, I don't get pissed in the video. I take it humor. Like I try to add humor into kind of making fun of the silliness or whatever. Like, whoops, you had one job and you screwed it up. So that's my way of kind of mixing the whole influencer thing, but being honest, right?
Yeah. Because
people have subscribed because they want the honest review and they want to be entertained. But if McFarlane is sending us stuff, right, they obviously want honest answers, but they don't want us to like shit on their product if it's something we don't like. No. So it's that hard line to walk in the middle. So, I just see it as less of a review and more of like an art crit, which is just it's okay. What were you trying to do? Did you accomplish that or not? Yeah. And I very rarely tell somebody to go get it, like, I do in the end. If I like it, I do. Then I'm like, I treat mine like a documentation. Right. So I don't open it unless I document it, usually, unless its name is Calabac and I forget. So to me, it's like documenting it. And so then the process of while I'm documenting it, I'm hoping that other people are getting something from it. And then I try to be entertaining as well.
Hey, Josh, what was it like when they reached out to you and said, hey, we want to send you samples.
Yeah.
To review. What was that like? Was it unexpected? Was that something
Yeah.
you were trying, like a goal for you, or what was that like?
He got a fig boner probably.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely exciting, and I still don't know what it was that put me over the edge, like put me on the radar. I think personally it was the Avatar stuff, because nobody else touched those, and like one of them got 100,000 views.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Damn, good job.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I think for like, I did a Avatar as well, but I'm so DC oriented that like that's not what my viewers want or want to see.
Yeah.
In fact, like I actually, when I started, I did Transformers, I did Thundercats, I did Silverhawks, He-Man, and you know, I still put out some of that stuff, but everybody comes for DC, and my numbers dwindled for I'm getting tongue-tied, Transformers. So I kind of stopped, you know, showcasing them, even though I'm still collecting.
well,
Josh,
my
what-
buddy, yeah, that sorry, Ahsoka.
It's okay. This is the talking over part that we mentioned.
Yeah.
I was saying, so the Avatar thing kind of got you on the radar. Are you a huge Avatar fan? Is that why you were doing videos about it?
No, they just looked really cool, and I wanted
Yeah.
the creatures, especially the mech suit. I had to see them, and they rock. They're really cool. They're honestly some of the coolest things McFarlane did last year.
And Josh, like I started watching you. I can't even remember the exact time, but it's when you did that Michael Keaton gold figure repaint that really put you on the radar for me.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah,
I
that
love
stood out.
that. And that, I mean, that was such a throwback because, you know, because I was one with Pac and we did the whole Kenner thing. And that was, shout out to Pac.
I actually,
I mean, that's
fantastic.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was almost going to
awesome,
ask you to paint me one.
This one's super easy because it's just you tape over and it's spray paint.
Oh, you use spray paint.
That's it.
Smart
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, because I just don't.
Most of the paint
I was wondering if I should buy like airbrush to do some of that stuff.
I went to go to Michael's to try to get one. They don't stock them anymore in Canada.
I know, dude. That is phenomenal.
That looks awesome. Yeah. I love it when people bring out their customs. I love seeing people's customs.
This is the best one, though. This is my favorite.
Oh, dude.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
Bob the
So
Goon.
explain to the people like how you made that one. I know, but like for those watching.
So the legs are movie Riddler. The torso is Drifter Bruce Wayne. The head is Lex Luthor, and I sculpted the beard and hair. The hat is Killing Joke Joker.
Dude, that is phenomenal, bro.
That is
dude.
genius, is what that is.
Pretty simple. I mean, honestly,
I think you make it look simple. It's that
maybe.
like I cannot pull that. Dude, sculpted hair. Get out of here.
My talent stops at sculpting for sure.
Well, it looks good in this tiny little Zoom screen, but
Let me see if I can
up close,
Just have them up.
it's nothing special.
let me change the layout here.
Yeah.
Is there any way to like people's comments in the chat?
Not really. Oh, that's better. Oh, dude, that looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob the Goon. Damn, dude. I really wish there was like a Hot Toys Bob the Goon. I would buy that. You know?
He was arguably one of the best parts of that first movie, too.
Dude, he's the best henchman.
I wish Todd would do Henchman so bad.
Yeah. Oh, Army Builder Henchman. Oh, my God. Woo.
Bob the Goon.
I want to do some customs of themed henchmen. You know, some Joker goons, some Penguin goons.
Riddler goons, Bane goons.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? I wouldn't put it past him. He may do Army Builders eventually.
Maybe. What he needs to do is a 7-inch Todd the Bum. I don't know if you guys collected Spawn back in the day. There was a Todd.
Oh, that's right.
I do remember that.
I didn't know. A figure of himself?
Yes, he was a cameo in the Spawn movie as a.
Oh yeah. So he did a figure of himself.
Yes.
So
Pac showed him at New York Comic-Con. He took it with him.
Oh, he did? Nice.
Yeah.
His own figure.
So Josh, you are obviously a talented guy with those customs. what do you do when you're not doing YouTube reviews? If you don't mind me asking, like what else does Josh get into?
I've been this channel and my was a pandemic project, and that has sustained itself. And then my other pandemic project was a comic book. I was kind of teaching myself how to use Procreate for the iPad.
Yeah.
And it took a long time of chipping away.
Yep.
And I did a little Kickstarter, crowdfunded a print run of it. So I'm working on another one of these. But even so, my buddies that I mentioned earlier in that video, Ahsoka you showed.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
there it is.
Yeah.
Custom figures of all of the characters, for this fake toy ad, kind of inspired by old.
That is amazing, bro.
That's amazing.
Especially that Mattel Batmobile that you repainted. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so talented.
So I'm working on another one of these, and it's going to be like twice as much.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
Content. Yeah, I mean, I don't have kids.
That frees up time.
Yeah. Hey, that's the truth.
Yeah. That frees up time.
Yeah.
I just took 4 of them to the optometrist today. That took forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, important questions. What do you like to drink? Is that vodka in that water bottle? You can tell us.
I'm actually I don't drink anymore. I'm really good at it. I'm so good at it that I've been told that I should not do it anymore.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
that's water, and I got some Code Red, but I did get pretty baked before I jumped on here.
Oh, there
Hey,
you go.
well, you did something.
Yeah. See, that's what we're talking about. Hey, man, everyone's got something, and it's good that you realize that maybe, hey, you have a little too much fun. Like I'm the same way. I like to send funny text messages. My wife told me, hey, maybe don't. Some of these text messages could get you into trouble.
Like when you're drunk, you send funny text messages, or just
no, when I'm sober. That's the problem.
Why don't I get any funny text messages?
But I don't think I have your cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we can start a text relationship. I would love to take our relationship there.
I keep telling you that I'm gonna start sending you crazy memes because I send my best friend Brent and my wife and other people like a bazillion memes a day. I get a couple. I'm either just waking up, taking a dump, or having a meal when you get a barrage of memes.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. He must be taking a poop because I just got 7 memes.
Well, we could talk about that, Brad. I would like to make some arrangements. But Josh, I had another question for you. What was it? So your age. We don't want to hear numbers. But just from what you're wearing and the way you talk about things, I feel like you might be a late 80s kid.
Mid 80s, 84. I'm 38.
84.
I was gonna say 38.
Ooh,
I didn't want to offend you though, just in case you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first action figures that I remember playing with were Toy Biz DC superheroes.
There it is.
That's,
Yep.
And
Off-brand Kenner.
Yeah.
Did you ever stop collecting?
I mean, I would go through phases. For a while I was collecting Metal Gear Solid stuff, but not in any completionist way. I would just be like, oh, a cool Revoltech figure. Oh, a cool Play Arts Kai, a 3A mech. Cool, and I wouldn't, I'd pick up one of those every 2 or 3 months. That was kind of the lowest, volume collecting, I guess.
So then in the last few years, you really ramped it back up, really? Is that when you started to get back into it?
Yeah, it was the multiverse line. It's just the license, the price point, articulate, the fun factor. It was really doing it for me. And I was a big McFarlane fan back in the day and gave up on him years ago and was really blown away when I saw the multiverse line.
Yeah. I always felt like I was excited, and I've mentioned this before. A lot of people were upset because it wasn't a 6-inch figure line. And, people are entitled to feel how they feel, but I made a video that got me a bit of slack where I was like, in a nutshell, I was like, listen, he doesn't owe us anything, and he can make them whatever scale he wants to make them. And it's a chance for something new. So that was the approach I took. I was just excited that someone new had the license and they were going to do something new, and it was a new scale, which meant, I could start something all new. I had a new shelf, right? I know there are people out there that they just have one Superman, and when something better comes along, they change it out and they sell the one they did have and they put in the new one if they like it better. Where I'm like, no, just give me all the Superman figures all at once. I just want them all. And I'm like that with, so I'll collect like, well, here's a scale and here's a scale and here's a set, and I'll world build with the figures. So I was totally stoked that Todd was doing this new thing. And then as the waves began to come out, I was like, wow, like for the same price, cheaper really than a multiverse figure from Mattel, essentially, at least where I live, we were getting something that was bigger, and there was more sculpted detail to all the figures. And to this day, I'm still, I mean, bang for buck, McFarlane is the best option if you're a DC fan. And a lot of people don't have a ton of money, right? Like I realize that I'm very privileged and I can pick up a certain amount of Mafex and Mezco and stuff like that, but a lot can't. And they're just lucky enough to pick up like 2 or 3 figures from a wave. And so what they're getting, the value for what they're paying is all there, right? Rather than having like a figure that needed, what's his Dawnbreaker, for example. When he came out, I was amazed. I was like, every single piece of this figure has to be a newly sculpted part. And that means that's about anywhere from 50 to 100 grand of tooling for that figure. And he just sunk it into a character that almost nobody knew anything about. And I was like, that's amazing right there. That earned a ton of my respect, you know? And I knew that he was still learning how to make really well articulated figures as he went. And he admitted that. So I took that for what it was and just said, I haven't seen anything as good in this range, this price range, for a long, long time. So yeah, he totally grabbed my attention too, just for that reason.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, and just kind of McFarlane and where things are right now, Josh, what would you say top 5 figures that have not been made that you would like to see in the line?
That's mean, Ahsoka. That is mean. You're a mean man.
It's actually
5 only.
It's actually pretty simple. It would all be Watchmen for me. And I think that if you recall, if any of you, if maybe you guys passed on it, the box that the Batmo Beast came in, is like perfect size for an owl ship.
That's
like,
true.
Like I would.
It's a fat box. Yeah.
What that you could put them inside.
Yeah.
7-inch figures inside.
Yeah.
I would kill for them.
Now, do you want the movie versions or the original ones?
The original,
yeah. Definitely the original
comic version,
yeah.
And then take that owl ship and then make it a Blue Beetle ship.
Yeah, totally. Although it'll probably have to be the reverse. They'll probably make the Blue Beetle one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and true. I mean, the owl ship was basically a copy of a Blue Beetle's bug, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because they were all characters. DC got a hold of the Question and Captain Atom and Blue Beetle, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to use these characters to make this story." And DC was like, "We just got them. We don't want you killing them off and messing it up now." So that's when he created characters that were right. So that you had like Captain Atom, who was Dr. Manhattan, and you had the Question, who was Rorschach, and Blue Beetle, who was Owlman, right? So that ship was like, it just made sense, you know. It was like as close as he could get to the actual characters.
I think it's for the better that he had to do that too.
Yeah,
that he had to invent original characters.
Yeah,
is that your favorite comic book, Josh? Watchmen?
My favorite comic book is an indie comic from the 90s called Scud the Disposable Assassin.
Oh shit, Scud! I remember him. He's like a robot-looking dude, right?
Yeah,
like
yellow robot. Yep.
Yeah.
I must consult Google.
Yeah,
dude. What happened to Scud? Did it just end?
It was so. The creator. You should look up the creator. His name's Rob Schrab. He moved to Hollywood. Well, actually, so Scud was many issues were co-written by the artist's buddy Dan Harmon.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, they moved to LA, and that's they both got careers in TV and stuff.
But hey, Google, who is Scud the Disposable Assassin?
He wrapped up Scud with a 4-issue thing. He left on a cliffhanger years ago, and then came back and finished. So.
Dang, crazy! You're bringing back some memories, Josh.
Yeah,
I gotta go read some Scud. Look at that.
How many people's phones went nuts when I said that?
90s indie comics. They're great.
I don't have a Google Voice in the shed, Brad, so I'm okay.
He looks like a banana robot.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
All right. Well, I know we wanted to talk about some action figures since we have Josh here. So let me go ahead and change the banner. And let's go to the McFarlane Toys, the Flash Wave. Brad, I see you have the box in the back there.
Yeah.
It's have you started to
Well, sort of. Like the ones that I'm reviewing are on the bench, but I kind of panicked. I didn't know if McFarlane was going to send me review copies. And I was like, well, I really want to get my hands on these just because I want to be like amongst the top 50 channels that put a video out just so the algorithm remembers I exist, right? That's the age-old thing, right? I don't care about beating other people. I just don't want the algorithm to forget that I am who I am.
I heard you enjoy beating off other people.
Yeah, I'll beat all of you off. So
that's just for
Barbie reference there. Yeah, so I bought a bunch too, right? So McFarlane sent me some, and I bought a bunch. So I've got a bunch here, and I'm going to customize a bunch. So
by the way, look how Josh quickly got the Batmobile box out. He looks all cool, posed on it like that. Jeez, dude.
It's just not here today. This just came today. I haven't even opened it.
Oh, you even opened it yet?
Nope.
This is the only thing I don't like, and it's not McFarlane's fault. I fixed this figure in like 5 minutes. I painted his boots gold.
Oh, you already repainted?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I've got like an untouched one, but then I've looked for the review. But then I'm going to bring this in and go. And this is really all Warner Brothers had to do to fix this. But I think that he's done. If I had to, all encompass it, I think for the most part he's done a great job. I just don't like the gray canopy.
First of all, Nathan in the chat says, "Oh man, y'all Americans are so lucky with your figure availability. McFarlane doesn't have consistent distribution in New Zealand."
Oh, that sucks.
But first of all, Nathan, you have the best profile picture. That dude from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Nathan Rock, the rent guy. Nathan,
that's right.
A good friend of the channel.
Oh, is he? Oh, dude. First of all, New Zealand. You live in a beautiful place, dude.
Yeah,
like
I would move there.
About the figures, yeah. You live in the Shire.
Yeah,
for God's sake.
Yeah, that's one of the few places I would actually move if I wasn't leaving anyone behind.
They got big spiders over there, though. I think. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I don't worry about that.
I do.
Wait,
all right, let's talk about.
Are you talking about Shelob from Lord of the Rings?
Oh,
did you brought it back?
Oh my God!
You brought it back.
Wasn't real.
Oh my God!
The beautiful landscapes were real, but that spider was fake.
Oh man, you got me
Just
there.
because it's far away and on an island doesn't mean everything you see on it's real. The hobbits weren't real either.
Spoiler warning from Ashley. I'm sorry, Ashley. You gotta go watch Lord.
No, I think she's talking about someone in the chat.
Oh. I'm sorry. Guys, no spoilers in the chat. I don't want to have to kick anyone out. I don't think I can. No spoilers, guys. No spoilers. Or I guess if you are in the chat, be wary of spoilers because we don't have time to monitor. But anyways, let's talk about the figure. Let's start off with the Flash since Brad kicked it off. And Josh, let's go to you first since you are the guest, please.
I think all the movie Flash costumes have been way too over designed. This is as close as they've gotten so far to something that feels pretty like sleek and Flash like.
Yeah.
It's all right. I don't need it. I don't need it. Ezra Miller Flash. And I prefer the other one. So
I do love the other one too.
It's all right.
Josh, I want to just say real quick that in your videos, the posing that you do with your figures is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
it's natural.
I watch them and I'm like, damn it, because like now I can't do a pose like that because I don't want to look like I'm copying you. But like some of your poses are so good. I'm like,
I'm straight up copying him right now.
Like especially like
I was kind of doing it
where he was like this and the cape.
I'm copying photographs, photography.
Yeah.
I'm copying poses from books,
Do you look it up? Do you look up online as well? Like you're like, wow, I look it up and you go, there's some poses.
Sometimes I'm looking up a specific thing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that Gladiator Superman. I looked up like the fight scenes from Troy.
Yeah.
Kind of try to connect those kind of dots.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just act it out. Sometimes you got to just get in there and like, where do you put your weight when you do that move?
Yeah, it's funny because especially since we're talking about the Flash, the running poses, like early on back in the day, people would screw up running poses.
Yes.
And now I think people have gotten better with it.
Right. Yeah.
To be fair, though, a lot of us only had like DC Universe Classics to get that running pose. And they were like, they did some things well, but some of the important articulation points for getting a good running pose were just not there. I remember really going, Barry, why can't you get in a good pose? And it was
but like the people would put like the knee and like the arm on the same plane, and
that's wrong.
You have to counterbalance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
act it out. Just do the thing that you're. Just do the movement. Do what you're trying to make.
Yeah,
him do.
Rob, you're not putting enough effort, dude, in your poses.
You
Why are
should
you
go
not
for a
acting them
run.
out,
I know.
bro? What's wrong with you?
I will
Rob, what do you-
say that this figure I'm posting tomorrow, and it's probably one of my favorite of the wave. It was definitely
Yeah?
one that I was looking forward to the most once it was announced. I love this costume, other than the ears.
Yes.
I think it reminds me of Captain America from the Avengers because it's like,
good call.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's too much of a pussy to put his earwings on. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Like it took, how long did it take the TV show? They put his stupid chest lightning bolts on the side of his head. Like, dude.
Now, to be fair, the John Wesley Ships show in the 90s had the wings.
Yes, but they didn't give him his golden boots, his yellow boots.
That's true. That's
they pussied out on the boots.
My mom made me a Flash Halloween costume when I was in kindergarten, based off that show because I love that show so much.
Oh, that show was phenomenal. I remember watching it, the premiere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
was,
yeah.
I think it was Friday night or something like that.
Yeah,
dude, it was
Didn't they only get 2 seasons out of that show or something?
One.
Yeah.
Was it really just one?
One season.
Damn.
Rob,
That's
what are your
back
thoughts
when
on this guy? What are your thoughts on the figure?
My thoughts?
Yeah, your thoughts.
I love it. I think the detail is phenomenal. Like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't fault the ears because that's the design of the movie.
Yeah, it's If we
the
complain about it, it's
articulation's
not Todd's
actually
fault.
really good. I think that the upper thigh swivel is there. The only thing that is amiss for me is that I wish that it had other hands, because the running pose hands are good, but we need something else.
Fisty hands.
Or even more relaxed hands. He can like wave.
See, the one thing they did right with this,
he can do this because I have that in a pose. He can do the cross arms.
Oh. I was toying with the idea with the custom one of like putting ear wings on him, like maybe stealing the ones from this animated one, or I'm not really sure. Or he just ate shit. Putting earwings on him, period, and painting them gold, because I mean, really, that's the only thing once you paint the boots gold that is holding this costume back from being like the iconic version. Yeah.
So you like the design of the costume, Rob? You like the new 52?
Oh yeah, I do. Like I'm stoked for this. Okay. I want to know more about like the design on the back though. Like it looks like, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of Wonder Woman.
What about the boots?
Or like Blue Beetle or something. It has like some weird glyph or something.
I'm fine with the boots, honestly. Like, Brad, I prefer your version, but I do like. I'm fine with the way these ones look. Yeah.
But what are these? This is what I noticed, but I haven't spoke about them yet. Look at the things on the back.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's probably to help him stop, is what I'd be assuming. But like the thing is, we're getting all kinds of costume details with these figures that we weren't getting otherwise.
Yeah.
Which I'm finding actually like a lot of fun.
Brad, so obviously
best movie design. It is.
Yeah.
I put him up here.
So Brad, you obviously don't like the boots. What about the rest of the figure and the costume?
Well, no, I like it. I mean, he's really slender, but the Flash, some artists depict him as being like really buff. Like he's not a skinny weakling, but the thing is, the Flash was always more slender than Superman and Batman and John Jones and stuff like that. Like he was more like supposed to be like Nightwing in size. I believe Barry was taller than Nightwing, but he wasn't like a super buff guy, right? And that was one of the problems with the DC Universe Classics. They made Barry on $2. There was the original one, which was on like a medium size buff buck, and then they redid Barry in like a nice brighter red, but it was on like a buffer buck. And a lot of fans are like, why is he so huge and big? So this scale, this size is perfect. Like this will be the Flash that I pose with the rest of my McFarlane movie figures. I'll retire this one. He'll go bye-bye.
Now, I will say that I do think that the body is a little too slender, because I saw the suit at the WB studio tour.
Yeah.
And he's almost the same height as Henry and pretty beefy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like the suit is pretty big. So I think it's a little slender. It almost reminds me of the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern figure.
Oh.
Like how slender that one was.
That's true.
Now, I farted.
Oh.
It'll come back.
That's a perfect segue into the other Flash figure.
Oh, that one's
Josh,
awesome.
let's kick it back to you, sir. What are your thoughts?
I like this one a lot more. It's just more memorable and more interesting. It's stupid, and I don't like the plug head. I wish that the head turned at the base of the.
Did you call it a plug head? A plug head?
Yeah, because the way
I'm stealing that
into the socket. Yeah. The collarbone. Yeah. I would just wish his head turned up, so he could be running.
Yeah. Same problem with Hush Batman. Yeah.
It rocks. It's cool. It's interesting.
I wonder if the plug head
is.
I wonder if the movie, like, he has to move like that, like the head doesn't move in the movie.
I'm sure it doesn't.
So is this accurate then? Really?
Yeah. Technically, that's the suit where like.
I don't even think it should have a
but
articulated head to begin with.
It does. That's his new suit, Josh. Maybe if he's wearing an old suit.
Maybe. Okay. Fair enough.
Which would be funny if they actually make it so he's got the Flash has to move around like that.
I think he should.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, the reviews have been saying it's a funny movie, so
the reviews have been killer for it. Everyone loves it.
It sounds like it. Brad, what do you think about this figure?
Well, first I got to say I haven't opened mine yet. I'm going to do him in a different video. I'm only doing 3 figures in the Batmobile, so Sasha, Barry, and Michael Keaton Batman in the first video. So I haven't got them open yet, but I will say that you've heard my idea. It's an interesting looking figure, so I can't like knock it that way. And I can't say whether or not I think McFarlane Toys has done a good job because I haven't opened it yet. But I will say, though eye-catching it is, stupid looking it is also. But I get it. It's supposed to be a little bit comical that like, because this is like the Barry who doesn't have a suit. So I bet you Bruce was like, well, you can use one of mine. Mine's flame retardant or something like that. And so, because it's all about friction, right? That's why the suit had these like silver lines in the first movie. So it's to transfer the heat and the energy. So I'd imagine he wears that suit on because it's so durable, right? And there's probably going to be something funny when they cut the horns off. We're probably going to see him do that. So I get what it's there for, but I would never like, if I had to pick between the two, I wouldn't pick Bat Flash. I would pick the regular Flash. Yeah.
Fair enough. Rob, you've already mentioned your love.
I love this figure. Like it's so stupid and goofy. It's awesome. Like I love the idea, the concept. I love that the headphones are his ears,
Yeah. That is neat. I did see that.
I do think that like the plug shouldn't even be there. I think it should the head shouldn't move. Or if it does, it should just be like that whole piece that's laying like the cow, like if you were a kid wearing the cow.
I would concur. I love this guy. I think he's probably my favorite figure from the Wave.
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
It's just so crazy. It's just so unique.
Yeah.
Someone posted how can you make that look good? Because they were like kind of shitting on it. And I was like, it's awesome. And like, if you can make this look good, then props to you. So like, I'm like, challenge accepted. So wait till you see my photos. I'm pretty stoked on how they.
Of course, Josh can make it look good.
I know, right? Look at that. Look at this guy,
dude.
Good. I feel like we should give him some like a block of clay on the call. He'll like sculpt something out of it with his hands.
It wouldn't look good.
I think it would. All right, let's move on to the last.
You're such a poser, Josh.
I am a poser.
The last Flash of the Wave, the Dark Flash. Josh, what do you think?
You know what? I haven't opened it yet.
Oh,
yeah, neither.
Yeah, open him up.
I'll give Rob a heart attack the way
I know. Oh, I was about to say this is gonna be triggering for Rob. You can start the sweat, buddy.
Yeah.
No, dude.
How do you like my videos? Because I do the same thing. Sometimes I rip it open.
I opened all mine yesterday, I think.
Like nicely though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll catch up to you guys.
Okay.
Rip the bat. Oh.
Rob, what do you think your thoughts are? What are your thoughts?
I didn't think I was gonna enjoy this figure, but I freaking love it. I'm a very easy person to please, so let's just say that. I don't. These are toys again at the end of the day, but I find it's hard to find like faults sometimes for me because it's like even with watching movies, it's like I was entertained, job well done. Like It doesn't matter if it was like
Yeah.
fantastic or
yeah.
Like if I had a good time, then that's all that matters.
A good C movie is a good C movie.
Yeah.
Right? A good Z movie.
But the sculpt on this thing is freaking phenomenal. Like it's just a fun figure.
Yeah. I now I can't comment on it because I haven't opened it, but I still, because I looked at it through the window, right? And he was like, let me out. I definitely think that somehow has something to do with Doomsday because of the spikes.
Ooh.
Definitely.
I can say what I think, but
hey, speculation is welcome. Go for it.
Okay, this is what I think. Okay, so it could be wrong, but I think that Young Barry is gonna die, right? And that's what you're gonna see, like Sasha saying, like, "What did you do?" type thing, like that Zod killed Young Barry or whatever. She takes him up, even though I think it's probably the other Barry. So then they kind of do something with the ship, and instead of Zod becoming Doomsday, it's the Young Barry that becomes Doomsday, or a Doomsday-like thing.
Look at that! Look at that theory.
That's my theory, but
not a bad theory.
Not a bad theory.
Yeah, that's a good theory.
Brad, what's your theory, Brad? Or did you have a theory?
Well, I mean, I think it's obviously a Barry.
Yeah.
And I think somehow it ends up getting mixed with, like, I think, I mean, I'm not far off where Rob is. I just hadn't thought of all the details of how it happens. Rob had thought more in depth and much more technically about it than I had. I was like, oh, that's just Barry's the Flash, and it's Doomsday DNA in there. That's like really it. So like Rob's idea is definitely a lot better than mine.
Josh, now that you've had 2 minutes to play with the figure, and you already gave us a great pose. What do you think so far?
The sculpt is really cool. All these little jaggedy pieces coming out is really cool.
Yeah.
Does it hurt your fingers? Are they hard or soft?
Very unpleasant to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True villain.
And I mean, the design's interesting. It could be a cool monster if you didn't have this like human face poking out.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one that I really need. The sculpt's really cool though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think the sculpt is cool, but I'm just a little like, this doesn't mean anything. We got to see it in the context of the movie, because right now it just looks like a monster.
Yes.
You know?
It's kind of like when Mattel did the Batman.
Oh, yeah.
The Nightmare.
Yeah. Which was really bizarre that they made a figure of that like weird scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I love that movie.
I should have bought like 4 or 5 of those thinking about it though, because they're great army builders for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pose right there.
That's fantastic. Dude.
Cool. But yeah, it just means nothing to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it might like Ahsoka's saying, after you watch the movie, you might be like, oh my God, that is such a awesome, cool character. And you might be like, well, now the figure is like even more awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. What do you guys think? Moving on to the Batfleck. Brad, kick us off. What do you think, sir?
Well, I think that I don't see Ben Affleck in the facial sculpt, like not even a little bit. But I definitely see Batman in the facial sculpt. Like I think I do think it's a great Batman head portrait. If it was black and the eyes were a bit more white, you could probably pop this head onto all kinds of bodies.
Oh yeah. And
it would look fantastic. That being said, as you guys know, I'm not a super fan of the bralette costume, like the suit that they've got him in. It looks like dirt bike gear, but that has nothing to do with Todd. Like as the way that it's been sculpted is like it's fantastic. I do think it's kind of odd that it's not in the theatrical colors, that it's just in these dark colors. And I'm not sure why that is, but it's a figure that I didn't think I was going to like as much as I do. And then as soon as I got it out of the package, I was like, damn, I just want to fiddle with this one, right? I wouldn't like ever pose him and make him my main Batman in the movie universe, but I do want to pick him up and like fart around with him. The only thing that I'm not super keen on, and this is definitely better than anything Mattel gave us for capes.
Yeah.
For the quality, 100%. So I got to give Todd credit there. It also kind of feels like I had a pair of underwear in the 80s that was this material. Right? So And that's not to like make fun of Todd. This is better material than we've gotten. I just feel like budget material is still got a ways to go. And it's really difficult because the cape is attached here, right? At the side.
Yeah, that's my gripe.
But the challenge is like, how do you make that look like really cool? Like it's challenging because Batman's cape really comes down here and it's always folded back. So there's never enough cape, no matter who's making it, unless you're paying for like an import or something like that. Or
they should have done like what Kenner did, where you could have it over the arms and then just flop it back behind.
Oh, with the seam line.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Jacob says in the chat, if you look at the onset photos, the suit is black and gray, and they recolored it in post, and I think he's right.
But the thing is, this isn't even really black and gray.
Yeah, it's more like green and
like his mask,
an army green. Yeah.
Yeah, his mask and cowl are gray. Well, actually, I don't see green in mine at all. I just had a colorblind test done today, so. Yeah.
Josh, what do you think, sir?
You know, like I want to like it because there's a lot of really cool things about it. I love it from the neck up. It's got that like foam rubber look, like Batman Begins, or like the first Affleck.
Good observation.
Suit. And the sculpt is really actually very interesting below the neck, but it's just big color blocks that aren't broken up, and it just looks, like a toy.
Yeah. Now, what was
the torso? I love the hidden waist. I wish they would do stuff like that more often.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the way the way the cape is just it doesn't look good.
And the belt is part of the torso in this figure. I've never seen that in a McFarlane figure.
Yeah, look at that.
Right? It's not part of the groin area.
It's like that White Knight Azrael kind of. It had the overlapping abdomen.
Or John Stewart.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one didn't work as well.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think, sir?
I agree with everyone's what they were saying. Like, for me, the cape is a miss. I wish there was more. I do like the body. Batfleck is still my favorite. The thing is that, like, as much as the coloring's off, it's still like a really cool figure to photograph. Like, I had probably the most fun photographing him than any of the figures.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the light catches the details really nicely and so forth like that. I hope we get another one that's maybe colored correctly, because you know, that way Todd could use the sculpt for a second time.
Getting his money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with all of you. It's fine. I like it. It's okay. Definitely not. Yeah, I mean, I really hope they do another Batfleck. I hope they do a BVS Batfleck. And
that would be the ultimate. I don't think anyone has done Batman v Superman. Have we ever got a really good one in the 6 or 7 inch scale?
I think not Mafex.
Yeah, Mayfex.
No, it's Mafex, right?
The Mafex? Brad?
Oh, I see your troll horns popping up there, Rob.
I'll side with Brad on this.
It's Mayfex. Yeah.
It is Mayfex. Yeah. Yes.
He's just trolling Josh. They're friendly trolling.
No, they did one.
I didn't like Mayfex's
I didn't buy
version.
one because at that time Mayfex was kind of like hit or miss.
Yeah. I thought the proportions were terrible. It wasn't until they did the Justice League version that I bought on, because the Justice League version was like, that was 100%. I couldn't think of anything I really didn't.
I want that Mezco one. It's just I wasn't collecting Mezco at the time.
Yeah, it's expensive. I got one aftermarket from private seller, and he gave me a good price on it. It was still more than retail. What about the set though? You could get the set. Remember the Flash, Black Suit of Superman, and Batman 3-pack.
It's the Justice League suit.
I know,
not the BVS.
But would that like suffice for you? It's a great
close,
looking figure.
Yeah, it is, and I pondered getting it, but I still like the first suit better. I think the mask is better. The ears are better.
I think it's the best live action bat suit like ever,
in my opinion. Too.
Yeah, hands down. I love it.
I still have to go with the Keaton bat suit, but
I do love that one.
Yeah, second favorite for me.
But
I might be Begins.
Begins.
Wow. It's a dark horse in this.
Bold choice. I
Yeah,
know.
it's a
but-
bold
But
choice
hey,
there.
To each their own, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's takes all kinds.
I like the return cowl the best.
Takes all kinds.
As,
All right, guys.
you know, at least you didn't pick the George Clooney bat suit.
Dude, I actually love that suit.
Oh,
I
you
do
know
love that
what?
suit,
Maybe
too.
Kilmer.
I'm not
Ooh,
your
yeah.
friend anymore.
Maybe
Dude.
Kilmer.
Dude,
Kilmer's suit's
Kilmer's one
great.
is dope too.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Kilmer's suit.
Yeah, it's better than any in. Well, no, I'll just say it.
But it was the first suit.
What was
they
that,
weren't-
Rob? What was that comment?
Oh.
Don't
It
make that
was
comment
better
back.
than the Dark Knight suit.
I love the Dark Knight suit. What? No,
Ah,
no love for the Dark Knight suit. Okay.
The neck. That neck. Ooh.
I like the
I
Dark
love
Knight
the neck.
suit.
Oh, you can move
the,
it.
the whole suit
Yeah.
is just wrong. It does not scream like I don't see Batman when I see it. Like I
No.
love those movies,
I don't like the Dark Knight suit.
but it does not. It could be another person other than Batman. Like
He looks like a transformer.
yeah, he just looks.
The Dark Knight
Ouch.
suit looks like dirt bike gear.
He's so badass when he's in Hong Kong and he jumps off the building in that suit.
I'm not
It's
saying
bad.
it's not a
You know?
great
It's
movie.
badass.
And it's because it's based in reality. It's the most. I think it's the most plausible suit that we've seen.
Yeah.
In a
I don't
movie.
know.
Well, it's more plausible.
I think the Battinson suit's pretty like.
Okay, you're right. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is a little plausible.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
But it's a
we'll
little
give you
too
that.
plausible in my opinion. Like, all right, we get it. It's the real world. Like,
Well, it's
you
Batman
know,
Year One. It's like a cheap ass bat
yeah.
suit. You know.
He's carrying it around in his backpack. You know,
Yeah,
Where's the respect?
right?
Where's the respect? All right, guys, on to Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, according to the trading card.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna
Brad-
grab her.
or who's got it? I'll talk about it first. What the heck? So, I love this figure. I like the character a lot. I like the actress playing her. I'm excited to see Kara Zor-El on the big screen. I love the Henry Cavill Superman logo. R.I.P. Henry Cavill.
It's the the Henry Cavill-esque
Yep, and I
Superman
love
logo.
I love the plastic. I love the plastic cape on. I love the you can make a fun flight pose with her. Like
I feel like she needed
know?
a wired cape. This one.
a wired cape would have been better,
I
but
feel like she. I don't
Yeah.
think all cape characters need a wired cape, but I feel
Look how
like she would have
aerodynamic she
really
is.
benefited from it.
there we go. Look at that. So I dig it. Does it look like her? Close enough. You know.
Hey, you know what? I've got two, and it's actually hit and miss. Like this
Really?
one looks. Yeah, this one like is the paint applications on the one. This one are as perfect as they can possibly be, and I can definitely Sasha Callie. What's the pronounce? I think it's Kale, isn't it? Anyway, I can definitely see her face in this
Yeah.
figure for sure.
Okay. What do you think about the design of the figure itself?
See, it's twofold. I think Todd's done a pretty good job, recreating the costume. He does stop on the legs, right? He just paints. The detail has been painted
Yeah.
on, right? It doesn't
Yes.
continue. I wish that had been continued. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, it wasn't. But other than that, no, I think that it's a very good, a very reasonable attempt at creating the character for sure. Except for that, I will probably end up repainting her hair darker.
Oh yeah, that good call there. Yeah, a little darker hair would have been nice.
She
Yeah, I
right now
don't
she looks a little bit
understand-
like Grandma Cal.
Why McFarlane doesn't like black hair? Like they always
Yeah,
go,
same with Henry Cavill.
or even
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman. Yeah,
Right? Case in point.
I don't get it, but whatever.
Rob, what are your other thoughts on this figure?
I like it. I think it's a nice female buck for sure.
Yeah.
I like the cape. I'm not sure how if I like how it attaches, but I don't know any other way. I'm looking.
Yeah,
at
that's
it now.
challenging.
Sorry. The face is fine with me. Like it doesn't. Like I'm with you, Ahsoka. It doesn't have to look like the actor for me to enjoy it. But it does give me early Hasbro Marvel Legends vibes.
Her nose is a bit big.
As far as the likenesses go, like that when they first started.
Yeah. And just
Okay.
how like the makeup is applied and that. and the
Yeah,
sculpt.
that's good. Great observation, bro. I think you're right. Josh, look at already posing it. What do you think, sir, so far?
Well, I mean, until they do like a Death of Superman, Supergirl, I don't really need a Supergirl.
Yeah.
This is kind of
Ooh, Matrix Supergirl.
Yeah,
Supergirl is
Yeah.
the best.
Best suit.
You know, I one thing I noticed that I like is that they keep carving out like more and more here where the butterfly is, to kind of give him more range.
Yeah.
But this is in the wrong place because it doesn't. You can't take advantage of that whole.
Inward motion.
Yeah, because it just runs into her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get about that, right? If you're pushing it in.
Yeah, and there's extra space in there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a fair criticism for sure.
I really like the gesture hands.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think could be improved is the feet. I feel like she's just wearing like one of those spandex without any boots or thing. Like it's just her socks.
Try and get a focus on it for everyone watching.
Like they're too flat. Like I'd like to see something so it doesn't look like just her foot in there. That's a cool pose. I like that.
I think you make some really fun poses with her.
Yeah.
You know? All right.
I think it's all right. It's an odd, I will say, as I've always said, it's an odd choice of suit, right? Like the suit that they chose, this is from like a very short segment in the Injustice universe.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a very odd choice, but like, it translates well into film, I think.
Yeah.
I think you translate well into film.
Oh yeah. I got a whole library. Bradley does Dallas. Bradley does dishes. Yeah.
All right, guys. 2 more figures left.
Yes.
And a couple of vehicles. Let's go ahead and talk about the unmasked.
Footy PJs.
The unmasked Michael Keaton.
True.
Rob, let's start off with you, sir. What do you think about the unmasked Michael?
It's again pretty much exactly like the other Batman, other than the head. It definitely looks like Keaton from certain angles. From if you're looking at it, the left side of his face, which is his right side. I think if you're looking at it from that angle, it looks like him.
Josh, what are your thoughts, sir?
I mean, the Keaton figure is a banger. This head, the head, looks pretty good. I like Rob said, you catch it just the right angle, and it's actually dead on.
Yeah.
The hair is just kind of weird. It's weird to see him like that, and it looks a little more blonde than gray. But
true. Yeah.
It makes me want a Birdman figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make a custom quick change Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
yes.
Like the turtleneck.
Do it.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that someone's made the body part somewhere for a kid.
Somewhere. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
And I haven't
Bradley-
opened it, so I have no real thoughts on it yet. I haven't opened it. I can't say.
Well, how important is it to you that these look just like the actor?
I have an
85%.
opinion about that. I really think because the paint apps aren't like they don't have the paint budget anymore to do really naturalistic paint apps.
Yeah, penny per stroke.
I think they should lean into a little more stylized, just not like cartooning them up, but just make the features a little harder, just
kind of like what Kenner did.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
exactly
fair
what
enough.
Kenner did. They made the features exactly like you're saying, right? They were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Like, and the Bruce Wayne. Come on.
Just slightly exaggerated. Just to make it pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the size of your thumb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, I've learned that if you really want a head sculpt that will be that much better, because I mean, I have to face it, right? Some person in China or Asia was paid next to nothing to paint the face, and they have a quota they have to paint throughout the day, and they work 6 days a week, and they work like insane hours, and they get like, some of them work and they only get like 2 days a month off to visit their family, and a lot of them sleep at the factories. No, I can't say that that's how Todd's factories work.
Well,
But I
first of all,
don't know
thanks for
that.
bumming us out with that.
No, I'm just saying.
Terrible.
But so
Jeez,
I don't.
Over here talking
know
about toys, and we're like, I feel bad for society now.
What I'm trying to put in
Thanks.
perspective. This is what helps me. I don't know how it works at Todd's factory. I just know what the basic practices tend to be. So if the paint apps aren't perfect, I can't really complain that much. And So if I've learned that if I want to have like a head sculpt that looks more like the actual actor or like the character, you know, we have people like Mudman who does them, and we have Rob, who's that other guy that we buy from?
Customs by Martin.
Customs by Martin. They do fantastic work. There's 1/12 collectible or whatever. Fuck, I can't remember. He does fantastic paint work. So if we want more, someone will inevitably do an old man Keaton head, and we can purchase it, right? But for the mass produced purposes, I definitely feel like that Keaton head is. Does it look like him 100%? No, but is it good enough for what it needs to be? Absolutely.
But sometimes I think that the sculpt is probably there. It's just doesn't have the budget for the because you get these guys that repaint them and they look phenomenal.
Yes.
So
I'm always jealous of those people.
Yeah. I always wonder how they paint. I mean, they have to have like those microscopic thingies.
Yeah. I have those and I still can't do it. I'm always super impressed with anyone that can paint faces. They're like a god to me.
Well, let's round it out, boys, with just Michael Keaton, the GOAT.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts? Josh, please.
It's dynamite. It's really, I mean, it's fantastic. It feels like rubber. It feels like you're holding Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And it's not the perfect, 89.
I didn't even feel him up that much. You're right.
Like he feels like he's
careful, don't get a bonerism.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, I hope we get a real 89 one and a Batman Returns one that are as good as this. Because it's really fun. And I don't normally like the fabric capes, but this is great.
Yeah. And again, there's always a market for like a secondary market for fabric capes,
Yeah.
Wired or unwired, we have that option now.
It feels very Kenner to me, and I love that.
Yeah, good call. Bradley?
I think that this is probably one of the best movie Batman figures, like in this price range, right? Adjusted for inflation, that we've ever gotten. That's number one. Number two, I feel like this is a really great representation of Keaton in this suit. And, we were talking about like the paint and the sculpt being there. Well, the paint not being there, but the sculpt being there. When I look at the face sculpt for this figure, I can go, okay, I can actually see what they're going for here. And it looks like Keaton. Maybe not as wrinkly as Keaton actually is. They didn't translate that, but I don't really care. But the paint isn't always there, right? So I think that for, again, the price range, they've done a fantastic job. The only thing I don't get is why the boots, I know it's not showing up. I can see it's not showing up, but there's a green wash over the black, and they had to paint the boots black because the legs are matte and then the boots are black. So they put a green wash over it. And I'm wondering what that is in the movie that made Todd's team decide to,
is it dirt? Is it like fading? What
what is it?
What is it?
Are his boots just old as frig now? I don't know.
I think
they're not the original boots.
Stomping around Ace Chemicals with the vats all spilling out.
Yeah, I mean,
it's green.
I like that theory a lot.
And you can add another belt to it. I mean, I'll probably do a custom where I change the belt for this figure and give him a yellow belt just so I can say that I did it. That's not a separate piece like Todd's used to doing now. The belts are separate pieces. It's one piece with the trunks. So I'm going to have to like grind it down and whatever and add the new belt. But even without it, I think it's fantastic, right? Todd's done his job as far as I'm concerned. And then some. It's one of the best McFarlane Batman figures, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, boys, let's round it out with the Bat Cycle next.
I haven't opened mine yet. Do I have two?
Rob, start us off with the Bat Cycle.
I think it's beautiful. I love the design. Again, I agree with Josh. Like, I'm not huge into the military style vehicles, but this one does catch my eye. It feels very White Knight.
It feels Detective Comics to me. Rebirth Detective Comics when I see it.
Oh, they're the Belfry That's era or is
Belfry
that...
era, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I imagined that coming from, actually. So I was immediately drawn to it.
Yeah, it's a really cool design.
Yeah,
It's
and I
a
like the
great
double
design,
turn
yeah.
front.
I do always like my bat vehicles to have a little more bat shape to it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. You know, Josh, what do you think, sir?
Pretty much in line with what all you guys have said. I like the double tire. I like this
Mhm.
Yeah.
open rim. I don't love the hyper militarized look, but it's pretty cool. It's memorable. It's interesting, and it's the proportions are just really wild. Like
Yeah.
you mentioned.
It
Yeah.
definitely feels very Batfleck era.
Yeah.
See, and I don't see that at all. I see,
Really?
I see new 52 stylings that then
I think it
work
fits
into
right
the
in
rebirth
with
era.
the Batfleck Batmobile.
I think if it was colored gray, it would like be perfect with the Batfleck Batmobile.
I think it needs a bat symbol on it somewhere, though.
You always gotta customize. You always gotta have
Yeah.
a logo. You
Yeah.
got a brand.
Well,
you
there's
know?
a guy that put lights on it. On what the heck?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give him a quick mention because I mentioned him now, so I'll find out what his
Do it.
channel, his Instagram is. He puts lights in everything.
All right,
That's
guys,
like his thing.
And finally, what do we all think about this guy? I know Josh has not opened his up yet. Do you want to open it up now, Josh, or do you want to?
Should I do it?
Do it,
up
dude.
to
Do
you.
it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
I'll get
do
It
it
takes like 2 seconds to put the
Yeah, exactly.
fins on.
Rob, we'll start off with you, sir. What do you think about this Batmobile?
I love it. I think that the plastic, I have like scratches on it already, but
Yeah.
that's what kind of sucks. It's just the plastic that was used. The canopy obviously is kind of upsetting that it's gray. I hope that they fix it for if they like re-release it.
Yeah.
I
agree with that.
I would love to see someone like Mr. G Toys do like a fireball like insert into the turbine.
Let's pause for a second. Let's watch Josh open this up. He looks excited.
This
Ink
rocks.
Drop Customs. He puts lights in his.
There you go.
This rocks.
Christmas morning for Josh.
Huge. It's huge.
It is. It's a big beastie, isn't it?
Yeah.
It totally does have that Christmas morning, Brad. That
Yeah.
when you're a kid and you got the Kenner Batmobile.
Yes.
You know, some of us in this call have it very well preserved.
It's got that
But,
new plastic smell.
Mine did not survive.
I've got the one from Dark Knight collection, and it's in my box. It's in the box in my room on a shelf. Yeah, I put it
That's
back in the
awesome,
box
dude.
after reviewing it, and I don't
I've got
do
the
that with
Toy
very
Biz
many
one
things.
right here.
Pardon?
I've got the Toy Biz one right here.
Oh, dude.
I don't have that anymore. I had it. Not
Yeah,
anymore.
I had it too. Do you still
That's
have
like-
the shell for it?
No, I just got this.
Shields.
I got a wild eBay lot. I'll show it to you guys here later.
It was part of a huge eBay lot.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are a bit tricky, eh?
Yeah.
You are prohibited from opening the Batmobile to your birthday. I got you. You can have it, but it's for your birthday.
Please don't break a fin.
My fingers are crossed for you,
He's
Rob.
got steady hands. He's got
I
steady
could
hands.
see your anxiety there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Now,
That canopy's gray, huh?
it,
Yeah.
What gives you that idea?
I do wish that the front wheel well like came up more. I know it's not like that even on the Kenner one, but I wish there was more of like that Stingray, like Corvette styling.
But look at that! Look at the happiness in Josh's eyes.
I
Rob.
know.
Look at him. Look at that, dude. It's infectious.
Now, are you gonna try to do the matte finish spray?
Well, so yeah, the thing is, the canopy doesn't really, mess me up too much because this thing needs paint anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs
So,
that matte finish.
For those watching or whatever, so there was this guy on Facebook that sprayed it with a clear matte finish, like a Krylon or whatever. That way you don't have to paint anything, and it gets it like a matte. But then it also helps to put black matte paint down for the canopy.
Yeah.
and then just do another clear coat of the
top.
the mat on top to seal it in, and then that way you only have to like tape off the turbine on the front and the I guess the canopy glass plastic.
Brad, what do you think about our little friend, our little Batmobile?
I love it. It makes, you know what? Actually, my first thoughts were, this thing is a beast. It's huge, right? And like, I think, like, some people, for example, don't like the gold on the wheels there, and they don't like the fact this is silver. This might actually be gold in the movie, right?
It is.
It's not okay, there you go. So it's not the classic look, but I like it. The rubber tires. Whenever I see rubber tires on, to me, I'm like, okay, that's going the extra mile, because when they're not rubber tires, we know what cars sound like that don't have rubber tires. Is that like hollow sound? So this is great, right? But it makes me wonder. My first thought was, okay, so if this Batmobile is such a beast, how big would it have to be to fit 2 characters in it?
I've done some math.
Oh, do it. Let's see.
Okay, so the real Batmobile is just under 22 feet long, which would be about 260 inches. So for it to be scale accurate, the toy would have to be about 26 inches.
And what is it now?
It's just under 22.
Oh, shit.
That's length. That's length. So hang on. The width in real life is just under 8 feet. And in real, it would have the proper scale, it would have to be almost 9.5 inches wide, and this is 7 inches wide.
Okay, it's not too far off. Like,
yeah, it's not too far. It's wondering why they didn't just go that. I mean,
it's a valid attempt, is what this is.
And the height is almost dead on. The height is just about what it should be, which is about 5 feet.
Wow.
Or 5 inches.
Look at Josh with those math skills. Like,
yeah.
No,
I got.
I had
2 quarters equals 50 cents.
So the only thing for me that I'm wondering is, like, do I dry brush the silver to dirty it up? Because I think it's too pronounced.
Yeah. Put a wash on it. Make it like oily looking.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe paint it gunmetal first.
True.
like a darker gray gunmetal, and then oil it up.
What do you guys think about the lights, like, or the lack thereof?
I mean, listen, like,
I'm fine with it.
you know, in this day and age, they don't release vehicles of this size anymore, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's the same comments I see about the Batwing, is that it's overpriced. I mean, the thing is, like, it's either this or nothing, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course, I would have loved lights a lot, but, like, do I want to spend, like,
it's better
double
than
the
stickers.
price? Yeah. Yes.
It's way better than stickers, but I think a translucent plastic might have been cooler.
The color's good.
Yeah, the color I like.
Yeah. And you could always paint it like a shiny-ish, yellowish orange if you wanted to, right? So it at least reflects the light and gives off the image of being a headlight or something like that. It's bright. But I won't paint mine. I'll be fine.
I still want to push down on the back to have that flame pop out.
Yeah, I feel like they made this like they made it for. I'm phrasing this like they made it as good as they could make it to like make it affordable to buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't. Tom's a business guy. Like obviously he wants to make a profit, but he definitely isn't trying to make this stuff, to price us out of buying it.
No,
so that's my
exactly
opinion.
it.
I think it was designed price point first.
Right. Exactly.
My hot take, honestly, is I don't think I would want to pay twice as much for a real scale, fully painted up one. I think this is fine because frankly, I as far as like value and shelf space, I think the Batmo Beast is better because you could put 20 dudes like party wagon style, like hanging off.
I do love that Batmo Beast.
This is, you're gonna have a guy sitting in it or standing next to it, and it taking up 2 feet of space.
Yeah,
Yep,
Yeah.
good point.
I see. I think I'm the complete opposite, Josh. I would, the Iron Studios '89 Batmobile.
Yeah.
I would even pay those ridiculous secondary market prices. That's one of my Grail pieces.
Really?
I really want that figure, and then I want to put the Mezco Batman standing next to it. And it's got 2 seats. Like it's like as accurate as you can get. I really want that piece. Really, like I've had 4 kids. I would literally trade a testicle and a couple of my fingers for it if it was like, and it maybe like an internal organ, black market. I would totally I really want that one. But I couldn't agree more. This Batmobile, no one's ever given us a Batmobile this quality and scale.
Yeah.
Right. Mix before. Like Todd is like, he listens to us. He knows what we want, and he's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather. I think I would rather pay the overpriced Batwing, and it be what it is, which is massive and painted and wall mount.
Yeah.
And this, I don't mind it being a homework assignment and having to paint it, and the scale being off. It'll be just right for.
I like your wording though. Homework assignment. I like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I've only painted 1 car, and it worked it really well at first, but I didn't. Oh, this is a mess now, but
Ooh.
oh. Okay, so there used to be a bat symbol up here, right? And it's a Bratz car. Do you remember that phase? Everyone was bitching about that Marvel Legends car that was like super like Boku bucks.
Yeah.
And they were like, I got the Bratz car, and I was like, I beat you to it. I did one like a couple years ago.
Like Bratz car too.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look, you got Beast Boy hanging out the side. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And I did see someone paint that car to look like Plastic Man.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
But anyway, so this was a disaster, right? Because I should have primed it first, and I didn't. So the paint comes off fairly easy. But it's a
It looks
2-seater,
great though, dude.
right? And it fit DC Universe Classics like perfectly. Pardon me.
All right, boys. Let's move on from the figures. Any other final closing comments on this wave before we move on to the next topic?
Are we done with figures in general?
Pretty much. We're gonna do just the Flash Wave, and
Captain
then
Atom.
you know what?
that.
The show is meant to be fluid, so let's talk
Captain
about.
Atom. You can't leave that out.
Hold on, let me write the banner.
Well, there's Captain Atom, there's Superman, Vampire, there's the new Batman wave.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
While
Well,
you're putting that up, can I show you this eBay lot
Look at
Sure,
you,
of
genius,
course.
Rob.
real quick? I got this Toy Biz Batmobile, which I needed real bad.
Yes, you did.
This Bat Cycle, which I didn't feel, I never.
I
had
have
it.
that one.
So
It's
whatever.
sweet.
But the real piece that blew me away was I never had this as a kid.
No.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh man, look at this guy.
You got the
dude.
van.
This thing is unreal.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
jealous.
never had that.
Me neither.
I never
Straight
did
up
either.
jealous. 3 people here are jealous. You're a very lucky man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Good for
You know,
you.
as
And
a
it's
kid, I got confused, and I thought the 18 van had this like flip up thing
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I just saw this box art and it stuck in my head.
no,
but-
yeah, that was originally used from there was another that was used before Punisher.
Yeah,
That was
look
the
at that,
Punisher
dude.
van from
Was it?
yeah, from Marvel.
That
So
Toy Biz Batmobile still looks great. Look at that,
Yeah.
This whole
yeah.
lot
That's his
was
cruising at the beach
I'm
Batmobile.
coming.
150.
dude.
Shit.
That's
Wow.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That is a really good deal. And the condition looks to be really good for
Yeah.
all that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the canopy. It's got this
Yeah.
isn't missing. The guns don't work, but they're there. The
Yeah.
pieces are there. So
Little
good
yellow
enough.
bits that pop out.
Right.
Now, does it have the noisy
Yes.
wheels? I cut mine out the first morning. I was like,
I did this same thing.
yeah.
Oh, I
was
forgot
like-
about that noise.
I
Yeah.
don't want to wake my
Oh,
parents up
shit.
at 7 a.m. playing with my Batmobile, so I snipped them out with mom's
Yeah.
sewing scissors.
All right, guys, let's do this for the purpose of time. Let's go watch the Flash trailer first and come back to action figures.
Okay.
Every time we watch a trailer,
Yeah,
Warner Brothers is like,
Yeah,
mine.
we're gonna get a copyright strike, but it's okay. It's just
Well, not a
Well, then
strike.
we
they
should,
ju-
if we're gonna get a
claim.
copyright strike, then we should
Claim.
just play it.
Yeah, we
like
got a
with
copyright
audio.
claim for it, and
That's
they're gonna
true.
claim it for sure. Yeah, Warner Brothers is like that.
But if we
Well,
play
then
the
how does,
audio,
like,
Rob, we'll yeah. I don't
How
know.
does
Oh, yeah.
Grace from like how does she do that? Like play the trailer and do reaction videos and
Grace?
stuff.
She's a somebody in the movie industry. We're nobodies.
Yeah, all you got to do to be somebody is make up stuff all the time.
Ooh, burn!
Oh,
True though. True story. She says a lot of shit for views. Yes, she does.
I don't even know who this person is, but okay.
Grace Randolph. Sometimes she gets it right. She's entertaining, but
I love watching her.
Yeah, but she's not accurate a lot of the time.
All right, we're gonna play the trailer, and then we're gonna pause sometimes to talk about it.
Are we gonna watch the Japanese trailer?
No, that's too much footage for me. I'm avoiding the Japanese.
I'm sorry I made you watch it.
It is. It has more footage, Brad.
So why aren't we watching the longer one? What are we doing watching?
It felt a little more spoilery to me.
Oh,
the Japanese
okay,
one. Like
fair.
I was like,
Are you gonna play it straight through?
I know. We'll play it, pause it. Someone in the comments wrote that the way I use my mouse to rewind it isn't efficient, but it's fine. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Brad's got his glasses on.
Can we hear it?
Sure.
I want to hear it too. We're gonna get claimed for it anyway. Yeah, like Rob says.
You hear it?
I lost my parents. That pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past, as if fighting crime.
So someone messaged me and said, "This isn't Bruce Wayne. This is Michelle Pfeiffer," and I'm like, "No, that's Bruce Wayne, right?"
Yeah, he's an old man.
He's an old man, right?
Okay. That's not Bruce Wayne, dude.
No, that's Bruce Wayne.
No, that's not.
It's the same one with the hand, and like he's opening it up so that you can see all the bat suits.
It could be, but could it also maybe Michelle and Bruce are maybe Selena and Bruce are together right now, and she opens it up.
That's what someone said. Like, that's where their theory is.
Come on, that sweater, that doesn't seem like a Bruce sweater or something he would wear. That seems like something that old lady Selena would wear. That's a grandma cardigan.
You got me thinking now, honestly. Josh, what do you think?
It doesn't seem like Bruce to me, although I mean the sweater means nothing. He wore some pretty cringy outfits back then.
Yeah,
that's true. And he's
a grandma cardigan.
He's a thin dude though, Brad.
I want to see what he looks like from the front, because like him rocking that long hair. Come on.
Why haven't they shown us from the front then, Rob?
I don't know. Because they want to keep our excitement. I don't know.
Yeah. Now it could be Bruce. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's
like
been retired, out of commission, playing a hermit. He's been a hermit for like 5 years or a decade. And so
what
his
I
hair
want
has
to
grown
know
long.
is
I mean,
where's Alfred?
Dead.
Yeah, he's long gone, but he's a digital Alfred.
He's buried next to Thomas and Martha.
Outlook not good.
Would bring my parents back.
They could CGI him.
Boom. This.
I want to CGI Alfred.
This is everything.
A deep fake.
Deep fake. Yeah.
Yeah, but he might have made the back computer Alfred. He might have transferred Alfred's algorithms into the back computer.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
There's a hologram of him offering a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you taken your back credit card with you?
Brad, what do you think about these suits? What do you think?
Blue and gray with forehead wrinkles. Second from the left is super eye-catching. You got the two classic suits in the back. Notice how the one in the far back looks like it's a little bit more beat up in the far left back.
Yeah.
That's the original one.
Yeah.
It's like, because remember, he didn't wear that in the second movie. So it's almost like he was like, okay, well, that suit's had its day. Boom, the second suit.
Yeah, that's a
and then if you're
suit.
Right. And then if you remember, the third movie Keaton was supposed to be in, they were going to be making the suit blue and gray.
Oh.
Right. I've seen images of what the suit was supposed to look like. And so this largely looks like what that suit was going to look like. So I'm assuming that is like what the third movie suit was going to look like. And the others just seem like they're inspired from the comic books. Or like variant action figures. I love this though.
It's amazing.
The scene is everything.
That's sweet.
Oh, look, he's got the figure right there. Look at Josh.
Ta-da! They killed my parents.
Jesus.
You actually did.
Oh, there he is. Right. Oh, let's go back to Bruce's beautiful faces.
You want to smell my nuts? Here's my nuts.
Still looking good, dude. Still looking good. Look at this guy.
Yeah,
We did it.
grizzled.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
I love you, Monkey.
You lost
What is
both
this? Okay,
parents
can
in
you
one
pause it a sec? Does it sound like she says "I love you, Mikey"?
Can we go back then? Let's
I
answer
don't
your
think
question.
so. Oh. I'm like here.
Why am I leaning into my headphones?
I love you, Monkey.
I love
Mickey?
you.
Mickey?
Mayho, maybe?
I
I
have
can put
no
the
clue. What,
captions on, I guess.
Yeah,
put
put the
put
captions
the
on.
captions on. What are we doing?
And can you
Monkey,
remove the
monkey.
new Fresh
Oh.
trailer just so I can see
Monkey.
Josh's beautiful face?
Oh, where? Oh, I'm sorry, the banner.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. That was very inconsiderate of me, guys.
Yeah, I can see him like just his head poking out.
Yeah,
He
I'm
looks
sorry
like
about
neighbor
that.
from
Jesus.
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
I love you, monkey. Okay. Thank you.
I
That
know.
clears that up.
You lost both parents in one day.
So who's talking? Is that Iris or who's talking?
That could
Is that
be
Michelle
Iris.
Pfeiffer?
Or Michelle. Yeah, I was gonna. That was my first instinct.
I thought it was his mom, like that after he explained like when he
Cheers.
met her.
Could be the mom. Could be the mom.
I went
I'm
back
getting the
in time to save
goosebumps.
my parents. But instead, I completely broke the universe.
Yep, as you do, Barry.
If you went back and changed the past, this world must die. You changed the future.
I hope the sound
You know
effects
what
in
this
this movie are
stands for?
on point.
Means hope.
So question here. Is she asking him what that means? Or is she like telling him what it means?
Reminding
what I mean?
him.
Yeah,
Is
that's
she
what I
the-
think.
I'm almost like, is she? I still feel like this is Zod's kid. You know, I know they say it's Kara. I still feel like this is like her kid, and she's wearing the House of L suit. That's why she's like asking, "What does this mean?" You know, I don't
You
know.
know what I think it is? Yeah, it could be her reminding him, what does this mean? Or yeah, the thing is, maybe she doesn't know
Right.
because she spent all that time. So maybe he's like, yeah, I knew a Kryptonian like you that wore that symbol where I come from. What does it mean? It means hope. And that maybe Barry is what causes her to embrace, being the hero.
Yeah. Could
Yeah,
be,
it's a
could be,
possibility.
Could be. Josh.
He could be like, does she like come out of some sort of like being
Imprisoned.
like in a like cryogenically frozen or something? Does she come out of
Yeah.
some kind of state where she's like groggy and not really sure of?
No, it's more like she crash lands and then she's been kept, I believe, offshore, much like in Flashpoint, how Cal was.
But I wonder
Yeah.
how long
Okay.
she's been
She's
captured
been lonely.
for.
She hasn't been raised
Okay.
by an idyllic family, right? So it's only her Kryptonian heritage. That's the idea that I'm getting. They're going for
So
a
do you think
Flashpoint
that
thing.
Superman came to Earth and died, or do you think
No.
that he never came to Earth?
Never made it. I think his rocket
Yeah.
didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that Kara came after, as was always intended. Well, she was supposed to come before and like look after him when he was a baby, right? So I think that she came after, but I think that Clark didn't make it. Period.
Unless she was the one in that escape pod for Man of Steel, and she's been
Yeah.
imprisoned by the government.
Could
and that's
be.
where she's been.
Could be. I'm not leaning that way though. My money's on the idea that Clark died on the way.
Okay.
Maybe Brainiac or someone killed him on the way. Yeah.
Right?
Great
I will
shot.
help you fight Zod.
My neighbor looks like her.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yeah.
They really put bats behind. That's awesome. Bam.
I think he was talking about going for peanuts.
Yeah. You want to get nuts?
I have to undo what I did.
Let's get nuts.
Those scars we have make us who we are. I'm not meant to go back and fix them.
Damn.
Don't let your tragedy define you.
Paul, go back to that.
Where you want to go?
Yeah, a
back?
lot just happened.
Now, there's one or two things that I want to talk
Those
about.
scars we have
Tell me when, Brad. Rob.
make us who we
Okay,
are.
when he's like kind of like in his X pose or whatever, and he's looking up.
Right here.
No, keep going. It's when he's in his flash suit.
There.
That. So I know this special effects aren't finalized yet, but that looks really kind of bad in my opinion.
Get the anal probe out of my butt.
It just looks like a head put on a body.
Yeah, I see that.
But
I didn't even bump into it until you pointed it out, like paused like this. Like, geez, dude. You know?
Your reality. You
But what
Back
I
up.
wanna know
I got to comment on the CGI.
is okay. So in the trailers and stuff, we're seeing him have yellow lightning, but
yeah, which he
used to have blue,
Yeah.
and then in the the Japanese trailer, you did see him run around in the movie with blue lightning. So at what point does he get the yellow lightning?
That's a good question. That has been your big question. Jeez.
Yeah, you've been
Since
talking
you
about
first-
lightning for
yeah.
a while.
Yeah. No, it's
It's
good though.
You know?
That's one of the details that people don't ask, that it might be really important. It might be key to understanding what's going to happen. What is that? How is he like that though?
I don't
Why
know.
is he? What's he doing here?
Well, at first you think he's in an apparatus, right? But he's not. Like, what has him up there? Is that because she tossed him up in the air and the lightning was like, bam, and he was like, oh crap, it hurts. Like,
tragedy to find you.
no, that's not a flash suit she's carrying. They're
No,
not connected. Those scenes aren't connected.
Yeah,
by
they're
the
not.
looks of it.
Yeah.
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 I feel like this may be him becoming Dark Flash.
Oh,
You know?
please, no, please,
Or-
no.
Or he's getting tortured by Zod.
I don't know. See,
Or is it like him trying to like give power to Youngberry and like it's like
yeah,
I don't know.
we assume because he's in pain that it's not. Maybe he chose to do this. Maybe he's not
Yeah.
imprisoned.
But he's wearing a Flash suit, so
Or
Yeah. I
maybe
feel
maybe he's trying to get his powers back, like how in the first time it didn't work in
Well,
in the comic.
later in this trailer, I feel like we get that scene.
But it's not confirmed he lost his powers in this movie.
Right,
yet either.
true.
That's true.
Take that.
Look at that.
Zod.
Dude. Look at that cape. Look at him go.
Yep. Bulletproof. He'd have, you know what? Bulletproof as it is, he'd still have bruising all over his back.
See right there. That's where I feel like he's trying to get the power. One of the berries is trying to,
yeah,
getting Flash.
because there's not two berries in Flashpoint, so they can really have one that never gets depowered and the one
Yeah.
that gets his powers.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
We're not going to be able to fix this.
That's such a great scene.
I just want to chuck pieces of popcorn in his mouth.
See, look
there.
Right. Ahsoka, see, like they cleaned it up for this shot.
What? What did I miss?
The suit
Oh yeah.
for the American version. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love that this guy's back. You know.
Yeah, like he's
Man of
doing the
Steel.
same thing that he did in Man of Steel. It's
Heck
just
yeah, dude.
Batman. I love that.
Who
Josh,
dat?
what do you think so far? I know we're talking a lot, dude. How you feeling? You just taking it in? The trailer?
Wait, who? Me?
Josh.
I
yeah.
thought your screen was
Oh,
frozen for a
yeah,
second.
I thought you all froze for a sec.
All right,
What the fuck? Was it
No,
me?
I don't have a ton of like super deep thoughts about it. I'm excited to see Zod again.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon is one of the best parts of it. Really,
Yeah. He's one of the greats in general.
the high point of the DCEU for me is the first 20 minutes of Man of Steel. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
if Zod shows up, that sounds great. But I'm not. I have no clue
Well,
how it's going to play out.
You know what? It's good because you have no preconceived notions or ideas, which means
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have nothing to let down.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna make it, but if it's fights.
No, Keaton will make it. He'll sacrifice himself, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, why can't he just
Yeah.
jump off that plane to like attack him while he's like coming down?
You're strapped to your parachutes. Where's yours?
He looks way too happy.
That's what I love about.
But
I mean,
that says he hasn't been Batman in a while. That's why he's happy, right? He's like remembering, oh yeah, back in the saddle. Badass, jumping out of planes and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right there. Oh, you went too
It
fast.
does suck that this Batwing gets destroyed too, though. Right?
Yeah.
You just can't catch a break with his Batwings.
Yeah.
So then, should I cancel my pre-order?
Well,
For the Batwing?
How are we
So
gonna
did
get
you ever get the
crowdfund the shipping or what?
Mandalorian?
what was that, Josh? Go ahead,
How are
Josh.
we gonna get Brad a Batwing? We're gonna have to crowdfund the shipping or what?
I have no idea. In Canadian, I was gonna get one, but it's like $250 American, right? And then plus the shipping, and then convert that into what I pay Canadian, which is like more because your dollar is worth more than mine. And then I will absolutely have to pay border fees, like big ones, like Boku bucks, because they're like, you could have bought that in Canada. Like, no, I can't. It's a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive.
Brad, can we send someone to meet you at the border to hand you the Batmobile?
No, actually,
Is
like
that too crazy?
If you send it to him as a gift, then you don't have to pay.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, you don't have to pay for gifts at the border. No, although sometimes, no, Christmas, I learned that sometimes you get dinged. It's really stupid.
Well, I know
dumb.
when I sent Brad, did you get my package yet?
Not the latest one, no.
Okay, because I sent that as a gift, and it said that you wouldn't have to pay.
Yeah, usually that's the case. Yeah, but I've sent Christmas gifts to people, and I had one sent to me, and it was like, nah, you got to pay. That was also a problem with the Warner Brothers box. They were like, I had to pay like $50 every time I got one.
Now, Josh, did you order the Batwing, sir?
Yeah, it's tomorrow or Friday. It's gonna be here.
Good job.
Yeah,
It's a beauty, my friend. It is a beauty.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I was hoping Todd would send me one, to be honest, but he, they have a package, an influencer package, and the Batwing wasn't part of it. And I cried a little bit, but I was okay.
Robert, what were you going to ask me about it, the Batwing?
Oh, I said, with the Mandalorian ship that it got. Did you buy or did you keep the Mandalorian ship?
No, I sold it just because it took so much space.
Yeah.
Like I had the HasLab Razor Crest, and first of all, I'm not a prime position for me Star Trek.
Right.
So like that wasn't. It was too big. I sold it. It's gone.
So you kept the Enterprise.
Oh yeah. Of course, the Enterprise is Playmobil Enterprise. Look at that beauty.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Playmobil. My God.
You're right.
Right.
Playmobil. Amazing.
I want to see Playmobil get a DC license.
Oh, it's gonna look great right there.
Yeah. Should be just right size.
Any final thoughts on the Flash trailer, fellas, before we move on?
It got me more hyped.
Yeah.
That was even possible.
Yeah. Turn up the stoke.
And I do like how they're kind of just showing the same scenes.
Me too. Like
I feel like that means they're trying to keep a lot from being shown. So I hope that continues.
Well, it's gonna be
Didn't
long.
they say it was like a 3-hour movie?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be long as balls.
Which I'm happy because give me more the merrier.
Yeah. Let me get my money's worth. It's not a good movie in the theater unless you have to try not to piss yourself by the end because you've been sitting in your seat so long.
But we're getting older now, and it doesn't take that much. Take that long.
You just take a grocery bag and pee in it and just tie it up. Maybe a Ziploc bag and just toss it behind you and be like,
don't say we don't come up with innovative ideas, fellas, on this show. All right, guys, let's move on to some new DC announcements.
Figures.
From McFarlane.
Yeah.
Let's go over to McFarlane Toys' Instagram page. And let's go back a little bit.
Insta awesome.
Oh, yeah, the statue.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the soup statue either.
Well, we did not. Let's start off
with the flat. We didn't talk about the flat. There's so much to talk about. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me. Poor Joshua. There's getting hit the banner once again. There we go. There we go.
Can you move the banner to the right side?
Pardon me.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, really not. Anyways, Josh, what do you think about this statue while I'm trying to move this thing?
I haven't picked any of the statues up yet. Do you guys have any?
Yeah.
I got
What's
I
the
got
price point on those?
the Batman.
Like
40.
39,
Yeah.
99, yeah.
Yeah, they're 40. Yeah. The Hush one is fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It looks nice. They all look nice.
The quality is amazing. Like, how when you're looking at a McFarlane figure, sometimes you go the paint apps, sometimes pretty good, sometimes pretty shit. Yeah. Well, the statue's not like that. like a
Nice.
bit more care has gone into it because there's less pieces.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So I'm
What do you guys
assuming
think
this
about-
will be just as good.
What do you think about the design of this statue?
I love it.
The
It
face
needs
is
the
a little weird.
triangle. The triangle.
Josh, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Josh?
The
Sorry.
face is a little weird. You know, it's a
Okay.
little, it's a little more stylized than everything else.
I do wish that there was a yellow S emblem on the cape.
Oh yeah, that's typically forgotten. But look at the little triangle that should be there in the top, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like the check and the S in the top there, right?
Yeah.
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 That's
Right.
been missed.
Missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't
I'll
even
probably
notice
have
that
to
before.
you just cut it out yourself with like an X-Acto blade and paint it yellow and call it a day. But yeah, I wish that was there. But I'm super.
I love the
stoked.
pose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Super stoked.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
that.
I don't know where I'd put it, but
All right, on to
Oh.
this guy.
Okay.
Oh, Brad, that stirred strong emotions in Brad. Brad's moving around. Oh, he's just doing a audio change. I'm sorry. I thought he was gonna go get something for the back of the shelf. Josh, what do you think, Josh?
I love the unmasked option with the
Yeah.
cowl pulled down. I think that's A+. I'd love to see that more often.
absolutely.
As far as the figure goes, it's it's a pretty simple design, so it looks good, but not a lot
Painted naked buck.
of details to pour over. But that the cowl pulled down, I love it.
Yeah.
Rob?
I agree. Like I'm glad to see a classic, and I love the neck piece with the cowl pulled down, like you said. The head sculpt looks really, really good.
Banger.
The only thing, and I think this is what Brad's going to get into, is like I would love to see a 3D emblem, but
Yep.
I don't hate it, and I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
I do love that they put wings on the boots because not a lot of people do that. It's
Yeah,
often
boot wings.
overlooked.
I think that with some acetone to the emblem, of course you got to get two, right? You want one factory to pose, but then for customizing purposes, a little bit of acetone carefully to the emblem. And then I actually bought, for the sole purpose of taking the emblem off of his chest, a second one of these, right? Grind it down flat in the back there because it's got the inlay, and then repaint it so that it fits with Barry. Now it might look backwards just because I'm like it's on camera, right? But like that'd be so I'm planning ahead for it. I'm like,
Look at
I
this
know
guy.
this is coming, and so I'm gonna have a 3D emblem on the chest there, and I'm really, really stoked. Like this is the Barry that I've wanted since the beginning. I wanted a classic one before I wanted the new 52/Rebirth. So yeah, I'm really tickled.
Honestly, guys, I like the unmasked head. The rest of it, I don't care for it at all.
Really?
It's like I love the more zany, modern designs that they've been doing, and this is very cool DC Universe Classics Flash. But like, this is what's saving it. This is great.
Yeah.
This whole area here. The rest of this figure, dude. Like, I like the line work. I like the detailing, the sculpting they've been doing.
Yeah.
To me, this is like I much prefer the more crazy stuff they do.
You know why I like this?
My opinion. Yeah.
It's just to have like I wouldn't want them to do all their figures like this,
Right.
but just a classic set of like your basic 10 or 15 old school characters that were the most popular.
Yeah.
You know, in a suit, like your basic buck, right?
Spandex style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I would be cool with that. Like, because I'm actually building an old school set over there. So for me, this is like right up my alley. But he couldn't be my main Flash with my display because that's got to be a current one, contemporary. But yeah, I see what you're saying, Ahsoka. Like DC, because the thing a lot of people complained about with DCUC was the fact that a lot of the figures were just, in the end, they were just a naked buck that was painted.
Yeah.
And this is basically a painted naked buck with boots and a head and a neck piece, extra. But the Thunderbolts are not newly sculpted, neither is the lightning on his chest. So yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and I do like that they're using more like plain bucks to give us more figures.
Yeah,
You know,
and I think
So-
they're giving us more because the body is so plain.
right.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Is this an exclusive, or what was this? Oh yeah, Target exclusive.
Target exclusive.
This is the
Oh yeah, it's the build-up wave. Yeah.
That's right.
is that Target exclusive?
It is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Rob,
I'm
I'm
already
gonna be
on it.
asked. Yeah, 2 of those, if you will, and
Yes.
2 Adams. I would love you forever.
Adams is Walmart, so I don't know.
Ooh.
That's gonna be tough.
I won't see him
Gotta
at my
hope and a
Walmart.
prayer. You know.
No, I
Yeah.
won't see him at my Walmart for sure.
My Walmart sucks, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
All right,
Looks
guys,
like
what
I'm
do you
going
think
to Evil
about
Bay.
Superman from the DC versus Vampires figure?
I love that buck.
Pardon me. Yeah, give us a regular Superman with better trunks in that buck too.
Yeah.
The face is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hands are great too.
Yeah, great hands.
I tore up my Joker to make a custom, but I still have the Batman. And as much as Superman never looked like that in the series, right? And neither did Batman. Batman never became a vampire in the series, if you read it. These are based off the covers, the cover art.
Yeah.
But this is amazing. Like the facial sculpt of this figure. I bet you for a lot of people, this is going to be a Superman figure that a lot of people are going to sleep on. And then they're going to watch the reviews and go, damn. Even though it's not really anything that ever happened, it's just so damn cool looking. I want
It's
it
a
on my
cool
shelf.
toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm
And
really stoked about it.
Shout out to Aesthetic One for this beautiful photography.
Yeah.
Aesthetic One is on Instagram. This beautiful work.
His shots are awesome.
Yes,
amazing,
they are.
amazing work.
Legendary.
All right. You guys want to look at this stuff?
I
This,
do.
Okay, let's do it. What
Is it
what
gotta
is
do?
this one?
The Joker.
Oh, the
That's right, the
Riddler,
Riddler
puzzle
box.
box.
I
Yeah.
love the idea. I mean, the price point's really bad.
For me, yeah, I agree, Josh.
I'd probably rather have like the light up Riddler trophy, but the interactive concept, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? What was the price of this again?
$100.
$100 for a coffee table conversational item is what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Breaking it down is cool, but and then you figure it out and it's done, right?
Right. The replay is going to be
Yeah.
the replay value is 0.
So you get to watch
have
other people
replay.
do it.
Well, not replay. It'll have play for when people come over. Yeah.
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 Get them hammered first and then say, oh, in this box.
Yeah.
That'd be fun though for the coffee table. But you're right. Literally, just a new person coming in your house will get to enjoy it.
Right.
And it looks
Yeah.
cool though. It'd be beautifully designed. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice.
For what
Great
it is,
concept.
this is, I don't think anyone ever, like, this is the first of its kind,
Yeah.
right? So you
Very
got to give
inventive.
Todd the credit where it's due. Nothing like this has ever existed before, as far as
Yeah.
props or anything like that.
Love
So
it.
yeah,
Okay. You might have
But-
shown me, Josh, your excitement for this. Honestly.
I mean, I think it looks cooler and better value than the NECA utility belt,
yeah.
which I would just have a hard
Fair.
time displaying and
Yeah.
not actually really play
Yeah.
with.
yeah.
Right.
In the end, that can be a cool bookend,
Yeah.
right? When you're all finished with it, you can be like, it's just part of your display. It's part of your room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this stuff.
This is the weirdest of the weird, guys.
I love it.
It is cool.
Me too. Like that. First of all, that freeze. Like.
Diver suit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It looks like what is that video game? This is the big underwater
BioShock.
BioShock. Yeah. Looks like BioShock.
Rob, what do you think, Rob?
Feels very Legends.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Legends of Batman or
yeah.
Of the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
the Dark. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I think they look cool. It's just
Go to bed?
this isn't. It doesn't scream me. So like I'll probably skip this. I'm not like a hardcore.
Yeah, I love you too, boy. I'll
Completist,
see you in the
so-
morning, okay? No, I won't. I'll see you after school.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, someone else
Yeah.
pointed
Yeah,
out in
you too, boy.
the comments that you can leave
Sleep
GIFs
well.
in Instagram comments now. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even realize you could do that.
What's that?
Yeah, how do you put photos on Instagram?
Yeah.
Josh,
I
how did you do that?
adopted it,
I don't
yeah.
know. There was just the option, and I was like, "Well." And I saw Pac photos had left one too, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What?"
He loves to do those. I don't know how he does this.
Do you have an Instagram blue check mark that grants you extra features and privileges that I don't have? What's going on here?
No. And you know
I
what?
really-
I don't think I've seen that option since then.
I wonder if they're testing the waters.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think this looks cool. I see a little bit of DC Primal Age, and I actually loved DC Primal Age. My friend Chris from the Bronx, he sent me the Batcave, and it's very much like the Castle Grayskull.
Yeah,
love it. And he sent me a few figures, and I bought a few figures and stuff like that. I really like. I don't think I'll ever get rid of DC Primal Age because they're just so interesting and unique and their own thing. And the comic book actually was pretty good. The accompanying comic book that you could buy, I think it was on the racks in Walmart, I believe, during the time they were doing those
that's right.
one-shots.
And that was a Target exclusive line, wasn't it?
Oh, was it Target? I see. I don't know. Well, I got them in Canada. I got some in the States when I went to visit, and I got some in Canada. They would show up in like our record shops, like HMV, I think, or whatever would have some or whatever. So I really, really like that. And you know what? At first, I was like, "What the frig is this? This is no one asked for this." And then the more I looked at it, I thought, but it's really kind of cool, actually. And I think I'll probably end up buying the whole thing. That was
instantly for me.
Yeah. Just because it's so weird.
So unique. And I would see how big that freeze is. That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I don't think he's that big, obviously, but like I don't know if it's a mega fig or what they are doing.
He looks like an underwater character, oddly enough. I don't think it's weird. I don't see like a freeze character. I see like underwater with that suit. I'm as excited about this as I am Barry.
Go for it, Brad. Lead us off on this.
Well, I mean, what's there to say? It's the Blue Beetle Booster Gold Buck, molded in like a silverish gray plastic with the boots, gloves, and emblem painted on, and a new head sculpt and accessories. But you don't need anything special with this. They could have sculpted the emblem on the chest, I'm sure. But this is fantastic. This is what the Naked Buck is for, right? For characters like this, that he knows he's not going to sell as many Captain Atoms, not nearly as many as he will Batmans and Supermans and Flashes. So he can still make the character, but he doesn't have to invest much in it, right?
Right.
Like $5 or $10 grand total, probably for the head tooling and and the accessories, and that's it. So I'm super stoked because it builds out the roster of the DC universe.
Josh, what are your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I think he's earned the reuse. The naked spandex buck.
Yeah,
makes sense, and the reuse is totally fine. I just don't like that buck.
Yeah.
If I mean the look is okay, but in hand the fun factor is kind of low.
Is it? Do you wish it was like now personally, if that's the Blue Beetle buck, my only thing is like I think it'll look great, but Captain Atom is like Superman and Batman bulky. So there needs to be I think there needs to be like a buff buck, a medium buck, and a teen buck, and a tall slender buck, and a short buck.
Yeah.
Right. And
they're
so
on the right track with that for the lanterns. With that new
Kyle
textured pattern of lanterns.
See, and the thing is, that's the only thing I don't like. I don't like the texture. It looks like a sweater. It looks like they're wearing a full body sweater.
I mean, I love the texture on it.
Yeah.
I've made I love texture, but this is just like weird. Like I totally feel like, oh, grandma knitted Kyle Rayner a sweater. I said that in the video too.
But they got the different scales of that style, which I think works really well. Atrocitus and then Batrocitus and the Kyle. They got some variety.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think about
that naked buck? There's no crunch. There's no thigh rotation. It's just a little too stiff.
That I will give you that. That is true. It is a little bit stiffer than I would have liked. Yeah.
That's not what I heard, buddy.
Oh,
I'm sorry. God. So maturity, so mature. You know what I mean?
No one's
Rob,
expecting maturity here.
What do you think, sir, of Captain Atom?
I think it looks awesome. I'll definitely be picking him up. I love the classic characters. I think for your basic bucks, kind of like what Brad said, but I also think that they should make it not to use as a whole figure, but to take parts off to build other figures. So like when you have your Superboy or whatever, you don't have to use those boots because they're sculpted there. You have like from the knee down a sculpt already that's plain that you
Yeah.
can take from that to
Yeah.
put onto that.
Yeah.
Or like a torso, or like a midsection torso, or like the arms or something, so that you can piecemeal it and maybe save some cost that way.
Jaeger 101, you're gonna have to be in an old lady with a stick to get that gold ladle. Captain,
my God.
ain't that the truth, man?
Yeah.
And then, like,
oh
I
my-
think, Brad, did you say this? Like, if they made plain bucks, like nude bucks, and then
Yes.
just sell them
Well,
for
what
like
they- what-
customizers,
Yeah,
that'd
I
be
think
sweet.
I think what McFarlane should do, they should have your big characters that have like different iconic looks. So, for example, there should be a Batman buck that is like a gray color, but then you've got the peg holes, and you can attach the solid bat, the oval bat, right? And then you've got different trunks options where it can be like the capsules and it can be the pouches, right? And technically, he could do two of those. He could do one in blue,
Yeah,
and one in gray, right? And Superman, it's like different trunks, different chest emblems, give them all different hands and like 3 different heads. And I feel like they would sell like hotcakes, even if you charge $10 more, right? Give them the option of like the rubber cape, or that comes out really easy and you can pop in a cloth cape, because all it is having the little plastic nubs that go into the hole for Superman, for example. And then Batman, you would just take the head off and pop it down and then put the neck and then the head with the ball joint back on. It could totally be done. And I feel like that would be, and you could do it with Wonder Woman. Who else could you do that with? I suppose Green Lantern. You could probably do it with Green Lantern. So yeah, but then exactly that. Then just naked bucks, but on their site. Like what I meant was like you could go on their site.
naked bucks.
Okay, I used to collect swords, and there was a company I used to buy from. One of them was Windless Steel Crafts. Their blades are really whippy, but they're super strong and razor sharp. But the thing is, there was a build a sword option. So you could pick your pommel, you could pick your ricosso, you could pick your guard, you could pick your grip, all that stuff, your blade. And they would make it with all the parts that they had on hand, right, to order. And I feel like if Todd offered something like that as well, right, you could go on the website, build a Batman, build a Superman. I feel like that would be really, really well received as well.
So in the Spawn line, they've got the normal figs, they've got the mega figs, and they've got the in-between price point is the deluxe boxes, like the Spawn with the throne.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And they don't tap into that box size basically in the multiverse line nearly enough. I think they could do a lantern with a bunch of constructs and different heads, a plastic man with a bunch of different options and props and stuff like that. Yeah, like
Plastic Man.
Yeah. I think they should be tapping into that kind of thing. An ultimate version of a character. Kind of.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Characters like, and it's almost like characters like that need to have that option. Like they should be store exclusives, and that is the option, right? Because Plastic Man, you can't just make the figure.
No,
you kind of got to have like a bunch of like interesting like arms and accessories and stuff like that.
Like what Mattel did for their Comic-Con exclusive one.
I would say make those like McFarlane store, so it's easier to get.
Yeah, make it McFarlane store so that they're not like exclusives anywhere.
Yeah, well,
right?
Exclusive to the store, but
but not exclusives to like Target or Walmart. Right. And then you don't have people like showing up and like putting their arm behind the figures and going into their cart and then walking off, right?
Yeah,
because then it makes it really hard to get them.
For the purpose of time, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to go to comments and questions.
Look at you keeping us on chat.
I know, I'm sorry, guys.
You're like our dad.
I'm sorry, I really am.
Okay. Not
Boys,
like daddy, not like daddy, just like you're like our dad though.
Ooh, that's a new accent that came out of
daddy.
Brad, while we go to the comments and questions, could you get your guitar out? I would love to a ditty if you're up to it.
But it doesn't. I actually listened to it, and like what you guys hear is not what the chat hears. Like this program, this program crunches everything right now.
Sounds good.
No, dude, you're totally wrong. Because I played it on my wife on YouTube, and she was like, "Holy fuck, he's good."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. And I'm prolonging the show.
Renaissance man. Brad's gonna be the first toy YouTuber to EGOT.
I'm sorry, hold on, I couldn't hear you. I'm a dope.
Let's say hi to the chat though, guys. We've had a lot of support. We're at 120 viewers. So want to thank everyone who's been watching, who was watching, who's commenting. Josh, a lot of props to you, sir. A lot of people excited to see you on this program. So thanks for joining us tonight.
I got some real great ride or die friends.
Dude.
We have a YouTube action figure celebrity with us today.
I believe so. All right, what do we, Josh? Do you have a song choice for Brad? Anything?
Well, I got a bit.
I mean, yeah, like he's not a karaoke machine.
You know any, Brad? You know any Pixies?
Ooh.
Oh, I used to, but that was in my 20s. I haven't played them in years. I used to know a few, yeah, because I watched Pump Up the Volume when I got into Pixies from watching that Christian Slater movie.
We do have a request for Wonderwall.
No. No offense. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I won't do Wonderwall. That's a song that everyone used to request.
What's your favorite song to play, Brad?
I don't really have a favorite. It kind of goes from place to place.
What about like Bob Dylan? Do you have any Bob Dylan you can do? Like
I do, but they're kind of long. Like none of his songs are like all of his good stuff. His protest era stuff was like
9 minutes long.
Yeah. We don't have that long. We could do like a little. We could do some Nirvana. That's like pretty quick.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now I got a brain like a sieve. Let me figure it out.
Stairway to Heaven.
No.
Did you see the sign?
Yeah, no Stairway to Heaven
No
ever.
Stairway to Heaven, bad.
Yeah.
Play some Fog Hat.
While I'm picking it, you should read some comments.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Oh, Sal did mention, didn't McFarlane announce higher quality $30 figures to be revealed? He did. But we have not seen any reveals yet.
Yeah. Haven't actually seen any.
Well, that Flash BBTS exclusive is probably kind of a sneak peek of what this would look like. The box and everything.
Maybe.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that, but
next time.
You guys talked about it last time, I think.
Did we?
We might have, yeah.
I think so.
Is Captain Atom made of solid steel like Colossus? I don't think so. It's not solid steel. He's like it's like an energy, right? In a containment suit. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you burst the suit, he explodes.
Yes. Yeah, that is a thing. Him and Firestorm do the same thing.
Josh, can you show off your T-shirt? You showed it before this.
Oh yeah.
I just want to point out this man's excellent. Look at that, dude. Give me major 1995 vibes now with that shirt.
Release the Schumacher cut, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. God, I love Batman Forever. Hold on, let me grab my dick real quick. Just to show for the chat.
Dude.
Oh man, look at this. I love this guy so much.
That's great. You know, the best Kenner Batman and Robin from Batman Forever, I think, is the Gotham City Guardians 2-pack.
Yes. Oh, dude. Only thing with that is it doesn't have the logo. You know what I mean? Like the Robin logo is, whatever the rights issues. I will say the Tim Drake costume in Titans looks great that they've shown.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does.
Brad, you ready, sir?
How about Dumb from Nirvana?
That would be great.
Yeah, I haven't played that song in ages, so I hold on. I gotta try not to mess it up. Let me put the mic down a bit. Sorry, just a little bit. Is that loud enough?
Oh, it's great, dude.
I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I haven't lied. The day is done, but I'm having fun. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. Maybe just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. My heart is broke, but I have some glue. Help me inhale, mend it with you. And we'll float around and hang out on clouds. And then we'll come down have a hangover. Have a hangover. Have a hangover. Have a hangover. Skin the sun, fall asleep. Wish away the song's cheer. Lesson learned, wish me well. Soothing burn, wake me up. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I haven't lied. The day is done, but I'm having fun. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. I think I'm dumb. 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 I think I'm dumb.
Dude, well done, Brad.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Bro, amazing work. And with that, my friends, it's time for us to say goodbye. Josh from before, dude, pleasure.
Thank you so much for having
An
me.
honor.
So much fun.
You're the best, bro. Thank you for joining us.
You guys are the best.
You know, you're the best.
No,
You're the best. We insist.
You're the best. You're Schmoopy.
no. You,
Rob, you look
Schmoopy.
handsome as ever, buddy. You know, and Brad, most handsome motherfucker I know, dude. Like Jesus. Friends, have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.